guys, I forgot to tell you. Also, if you look at Bitcoin and Ethereum again, because the S&P and Bitcoin and Ethereum are synchronized. So if you look at Bitcoin, it's also telling you the same thing. We had the neutralness from Friday and the weekend, telling you how the market was neutral, and as soon as we got to um, Sunday, that's when you see right at 6, the market opened happy as fuck. So that was telling me that okay, here we go, we're gonna start rallying up, and the S&P is gonna open happier. I was even mentioning this in my prior videos about this on Monday yesterday. No, me stupid on Sunday. So anyways, so then we had the little downfall that the S&P did, which you see Bitcoin then come back to the region, and look what it's holding. So if you look at the S&P is looking similar like this too. It's holding an important area. So even at the S&P, depending how strong or how bad the news is, the data is, Bitcoin and Ethereum will tell you a lot really how bad the data is or whatnot. Um, anyways, but you're also seeing, even though it's telling you to sell right here, it's gonna do the same thing as we get closer to, especially S&P. If the S&P starts breaking, going to the near all-time high, or breaking the all-time high tomorrow for whatever reason, you're gonna see Bitcoin do the same thing. You're gonna start seeing it breaking this area, going to this 50, and you're actually gonna see it do that. You're gonna start seeing Bitcoin and Ethereum do the same thing. You see how they're both have that upward tendency, how they're both holding strong here. That's what's gonna happen. It's waiting for not PAL, but PAL's gonna be part of it when unless well he really is, unless he really says something very important about cutting rate cuts or something important. Um, and then after him, it's gonna be the banks, unless we got something really important next Monday or Tuesday. But besides that, like I said, I think earnings comes out for the banks next Wednesday. I could be wrong. So, anyways, that's all I want to tell you. That if just by looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and S&P, they're all looking the same. They're all synchronized. You're gonna start seeing that too. Watch. Alright, that's all I want to mention about that too. Actually, real quick, um, also Palantir. The whole time I have a couple options for Palantir, and I buy some stocks. So I noticed after we had this down movement, we had a bottom. After that, it stabilized, and then seeing how where the S&P was at, where the market is, Palantir has earnings. I think August 8th or 4th, somewhere there. I think it's the 4th. And seeing how it reacted this way right now, and if the moves happen how I think they're gonna, which we're gonna go up pretty much, even if we have a little downfall this week, whatnot, we're gonna fucking dust it off and pick ourselves back up and go back up again. Especially Palantir is moving. It's gonna end up moving on up to the all-time high, either by the end of this week, and if we do have a little withdrawal down because of some bad news, um, it's most likely just gonna end up falling back down to where it was yesterday down here. And as we starting getting that good news in the banks and their earnings coming closer, you're gonna start seeing pick up again, and the market picking up again, because now they're gonna. Anyways, it's all correlated, but all they is telling me that by the end of this week we're gonna be by the all-time high, and if we do fall sometime next week, It's gonna pick up again um, by the end of this month as it gets closer towards its earning release. Watch. Also, I want to point out about S&P is the MACD. Alright, monthly. Let me take this crap off. You see how the blue is going above that? When that happens, that means the market is about to pick up. But just because it's up doesn't mean it's gonna continue. But the fact that on the monthly it's doing that is very bullish. Um, this is gonna be our first stop. Anyways, yeah, the market's about to blow up. Let me look at the other one real quick. I explained how this works in my other video. This volume is red, blue is up, orange is down. You can see the down movement is getting weak. You can see the upward movement getting strong because it's going above the white line. Volume is going down, but the upward movement is still strong, just not that strong of a volume. You go to the daily, volume picking up, downward pressure moment is weak, upward movement is still strong, but not, really making a move. Again, just, strong, but still like weak, not really nothing, or pretty much holding, but weak. That's what I was trying to say. But here, just telling me there's a big move coming, but they need to get below this. They need to get like this right here. Let's see what that happens. To happen later on in the 4-hour candle. Anyways, but yeah, sorry folks. That's all, folks. Sorry for this mess.